I've learned something over the last few weeks. The hardest miles aren't always the ones that you run. Sometimes the hardest miles are the ones that you don't run. The mornings you wake up and your body says, "Nuh-uh, not today." The days when life asks for more than your training plan is willing to give. The moments when the person you thought you were starts negotiating with the person you're becoming. Because somewhere along that long way, we started believing progress only counts when it's posted, when it's measured, when it's uploaded, when somebody else can see it. But the truth is, the miles that change you most are usually invisible. They're sacrifices nobody applauds, the workouts you miss for your family, the injury that forces you to listen, the business you keep building when nobody is buying, that dream that you keep chasing when nobody else is watching. And right now we're launching new products, preparing for 140 miles across Route 66, trying to build something bigger than a race result. And if I'm honest, there are days I wonder if I'm doing enough, if I'm moving fast enough, if I'm still becoming who I said I wanted to be. But maybe growth isn't always forward. Maybe sometimes growth looks like patience. Maybe discipline isn't pushing harder. Maybe discipline is trusting the process when everything else feels slower than you planned. Because someday, the finish line will make sense. The business will make sense. The setbacks will make sense. And you'll realize the miles that nobody saw were actually the ones that carried you there. Cue that intro music.
Who says you need to fly to reach the top? Keep beating your block till your feet are hot. Get your head out the sand, join the flock. It's okay to run scared, we enjoy the lie.
I can't do this. You're supposed to be my guy who looks at this.
I didn't even know I'm supposed to look for a red button.
You're supposed to be my guy who looks at this.
No, I thought I could only see the recording.
Welcome back to the Ostrich Running podcast. If you don't even know, we already finished the whole first episode, but yet here we are recording it again because you know what? I didn't hit record on it, and we've just sat here for the past hour talking about it. The greatest things that you've ever heard, not for anybody to hear.
That was okay. That was
I
our
had
training
Jarett
block.
the Juice Horton, who is the worst.
That was our training block. I'm training you. It's not fair, guys. I did not know that I'm supposed to look for the red button on my side.
Remember, I've told you a bunch of times because this isn't the first time I've done this.
Yeah, but I've always been on the other side of the camera. So I didn't know, I'm supposed to look here.
But do you see it now that I pressed
Yes,
it?
now I see it. Now that you actually pushed it, I know that I'm supposed to be looking for this.
Today's show is going to be one that is a good conversation.
Did you plug the sponsors?
But before we do, I'd like to say thank you to us, Ostrich Running. We have some new shirts out there. Cross Country is finally live. It is incredible. I'm super excited to bring it to you guys. We still have ostrich salt out there. The hats, the ice bandanas to prepare you for summer. It's like we got a full company going here, Jarett.
I think it should be called the Bird's Nest. The first
Bird's
time
Nest?
I like Cross Country.
You told me Bird's Nest is too much to say.
But now
and it
when
doesn't
you
matter.
say it though, it sounds better. When I
Bird's
was
Nest.
It's the Bird's Nest tea.
No.
It's even hard to say. No.
The Bird's Nest tea. It sounds like the bird's nasty.
I mean, that does fit you. Oh, the Bird Nasty shirt.
That bird's nasty.
The X Nasty. Call it the X Nasty.
The Cross Country, aka the X Nasty. I like the Cross Country. Honestly, well, I'll tell you why I called it the Cross Country is because I want it to be something moving more across terrain. More than just a high school cross country team. I want it to be you as a runner, as a part of this flock, to cross the country, to cross the distances for your PR, to cross that mindset hurdle that you're trying to overcome.
I let this go on the first take, this name, but I like the X Nasty.
You like the X Nasty?
You guys write Nick on Instagram if you're listening to this and tell him that you would prefer the shirt to be called the X Nasty.
Well, that's going to be the black and yellow shirt is going to be called the X Nasty.
That's the
juicy version.
The Juice Nasty.
Ostrich Salt is available on the website. We are so appreciative of you supporting us out there. Please go check this stuff out. We're going to talk a little bit more about the X Nasty shirt. aka
You
the
like
cross
it.
country
He
shirt.
likes it.
Oh, I love the
Nick
bird
likes things
nasty.
a little weird.
I do like things a little weird, but I can't do that for
Why?
the public.
Yeah.
All right. I could, but we might do it a little bit later. Our next sponsor, Alethea. Alethea has a running sensor that fits in the palm of your hand. We love the team at Alethea in Eugene, Oregon. They have built this device that has so much science that I don't even understand within it. They've used thousands of hours of data recorded at their running lab to help train this AI running sensor. It gives you everything, your force portrait, your hip stability, your hip motion, everything that you can do aside from just like cadence and things like that. It is there to give you insight to your running form and help you run injury-free for a lot longer. Please go visit alethea.run and use...
I need another trip.
They're going to be mad at you for interrupting.
Oh, really?
Please go visit alethea.run and use promo code RUNSCARED10 to get your discount on an already affordable running sensor. And I hope that they don't, I don't know. Now that Jarett interrupted their ad spot and made it so memorable, what was it that you wanted to say?
Make sure that you go out and buy their product so that I can get another trip out to Eugene, Oregon, so I can go try those burgers and you're going to get to see me run.
Wow. You heard it here. He wants you guys to go use that running sensor.
You guys are going to see me outrun Nick.
You can outrun me.
No. Well, no. I want to see if my form is better than your form.
Oh.
Because you score like a 90.
If you can outform me. Wow. Okay. Well, I would love to go do that. Go, like I said, go catch a bowling game in the airport, whatever it is. Good old Eugene. And since our check did clear for the third sponsor, Damn Accident. Have you been in a damn running accident? Have you been hit by a damn car running at night? Please go to damnaccident.com and make sure you get connected with the top lawyers in your area and help you take care of your medical bills, whatever it is that you need to make sure you can come out on the other side recovered. These damn accidents, these damn races, all of this stuff, right? Make sure that you go to damnaccident.com and tell them that Ostrich Running sent you. I think if you have been in an accident and you need to get any kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I have it written right here. If you're looking for any kind of advice or legal counsel today that will help guide you to make the right decisions that will have your best interest in mind and make sure that you don't get screwed over by insurance companies or, worst case scenario, you shrug it off and next thing you know, you have an injury that's really messing up your knee and then you can't run anymore. That would just be crazy. Go to damnaccident.com today and, use their services.
Get paid if you need it.
Thanks to our sponsor, Damn Accident. That's going to be my new damn favorite sponsor right there, which is crazy because these bills don't pay them damn selves. But if you
crazy.
were
wearing... You got an accident attorney sponsorship, Nick.
I know, it's crazy. You might see my face on the back of a bus. Los Accidentes. But if you were wearing the cross-country shirt, you would not be hit by a car running at night because you would be reflective and seen in low-light situations. Make sure that you are going to ostrichrunning.com.
Can we see the back real quick?
Yeah, let me show you the back.
Look at that. And it's all reflective, right?
All reflective. I can't believe we're recording this whole episode again. People on the other end don't even know
it's okay.
what we just went through.
It's a training block.
It is.
This.
Yeah. So let's talk about this shirt briefly.
We DNF'd the podcast.
We DNF'd the podcast. Wow. Look at, he's got running jokes. DNF the podcast. Thanks, Jarett. Ask me anything, Jarett. What do you want to know now? Now you're running the show. I ran the first DNF take of this show that we didn't hit.
Why did you choose the design of this shirt? Like,
why did I choose the design? Does it seem pretty random to you?
Yeah. Why did you want it to make a shirt?
Well,
because you could have went out and bought a
shirt because something out there with these other apparel companies really pissed me off, to be honest. If I'm being like really candid, 100% candid, I was really pissed off at Satisfy. I'm going to call them out by name. I was really pissed off at Satisfy Running. I get it, man. They're a really great design shirt. They have like a cool vibe. Like we've even talked about this. Like, what is it that they sell? What is it that they do, right? That makes them stand apart. They're selling a culture, and that's very cool, dude. Like, we love that stuff, Jarett. You and I come from a creative background, and we can appreciate stuff like this.
Right.
But it pissed me off, man, when I saw $120 for a running shirt that you can't even wear while you're running, because I would just be like 10 pounds heavier because I'd be full of sweat, or I would have to wear that. Remember I made the joke, I screen recorded and I said, I'm going to make they have like the kind of like fishnet tank top.
Holes in it? Okay,
right, the holes in it. Yeah, and I was like, I mean, it's Pride Month. It's Pride Week right now, right? So I can go and say I was about to make like a Pride running shirt, basically, like that style. Like it was straight fishnet. I'm like, I'll just put this out for $40 and call it, the competitor to Satisfy Running's tank top shirt.
Right.
But like, to be honest with you, Jarett, they piss me off, dude. Like, I get it, and we have friends who purchase things just because they're expensive, who purchase things because they're luxury items, right? We have friends all out there who want luxury, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I was pissed, dude. I was pissed that they can make so much money on a shirt, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted a functional shirt that was high quality material, that had a purpose and intent. Dude, that was, I honestly, like, it's still not as cheap as I would like it because
you're using quality stuff.
I'm using quality stuff, but it's like I can only order a small amount. This first run that I did is 50 shirts. That's all I have in my pocket, man. That's like starting a business without an investment, right? You gotta nickel and dime it, dude. But I still, with that being said, I didn't charge $60 a shirt. I didn't charge $80 a shirt. I could have done that. I could have doubled this, right? But I know that what I want, if I mass produce this shirt, would be to be at this price, $39.99, right? So
That's
what?
What you stand for, Nick. I mean, I hate on you a lot, but this is what you stand for with your ostrich salt, your hats. These hats are amazing. I actually love running out on them.
I love it.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, we've been getting great feedback all around. Just the quality of the hats.
Your products. Yeah,
I don't want promo material. I don't want things like that. I want it all to have intention. And, aside from that, 85% polyester, 15% spandex. It feels cool to the touch, really good moisture wicking. It feels like one of my favorite running shirts. And you asked me this, you're like, find your favorite running shirt that you have, right? And I told you, I'm like, I always have free shirts, right, from races. But like, I went and the Kodiak 100 shirt was just such a great quality shirt. It was an Ironman material. And I realized like, oh, this is the style of material that I like because I don't chafe and I feel good wearing them. This is the shirt that I want to go with. So I had to hunt that down. I got that shirt sample months before I even made the purchase. I had to run in it. You saw me. I was running in it. I was testing it out. I was sweating in it. I was washing it, drying it. I was doing whatever I could to beat it up and just to see what happened to it, right? And now knowing that I have this race coming up in Arizona, Route 66, 140 miles, I'm going to be doing a lot of road miles, which is, a stark contrast to a lot of the trail running that I've been doing. But I know I'm going to be doing a lot of running around traffic on the road, something like that, right? So selfishly, I wanted to make sure that I have something with reflective material. And from our Ostrich Running labs, which a lot of people don't realize that we have our own laboratory here where we do a lot of research, in-depth development for products and science research. It's actually state of the art. People don't realize how state of the art it is. But in this laboratory, our researchers, our engineers, because we have, I think, how many do we have on staff? 53 engineers?
53, really?
I think we just hired our 53rd engineer for this company. Don't worry about it. But what they said is the way that the eyes work while you're driving a car at night, is it recognizes X patterns that are reflective, right? Okay. And the reason why it recognizes an X pattern is, as you can see right here, it's matching up. If you're watching this podcast rather than listening, I will explain to you if you're listening to it. My hands are making an X in front of my chest. My hands are going to my shoulder blades. This represents the pattern that is printed on the back of the cross-country shirt, X country. See, now you see why I called it the cross country. This helps the eyes see which way you're turning, right? If a car is driving and I see that car coming and all of a sudden at the last minute, I want to jump out of the way, right? What if that car was about to swerve to its left to jump out of, like, to swerve away from me and I jump left? Now, it sees that I'm moving that way already. And instead of us freezing, it can, immediately turn to the right. the bird's nest pattern in there is something that breaks your attention from the routine. I mean, a lot of us will zone out if you're driving on a straight road, especially a country road at night. I got to think of my people out there, in rural Texas, in Tennessee, who are just, maybe somebody's just on a country road back there driving, and then all of a sudden it breaks the pattern of like a theta mind, like where you're just, locked in and focused, right? It just breaks that concentration factor for 1 second to make you look. So all of it is intended, has a purpose. I want to keep our runners safe. It's not just random,
And you tested it out yourself, so it's not actually a bullseye for drivers, right? Like,
remember?
Hit that X.
Yes, I had to stand on the corner of a very busy intersection at night and to see if I got hit. All I did was get hit on, because there was a lot of people say, "Are you walking or working?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm working, and I'm just testing out this shirt right now."
You have to wear pants, Nick. You forgot. Yeah.
To test out the shirt. I figured I didn't need to wear pants when I did that, but that makes sense why I got arrested.
That's why I'm calling it the X.
Everybody was wondering, walking or working? Yeah, I'm working on the shirt.
Yeah.
So, intent. And my engineers didn't tell me that I probably should have wore pants too.
Yeah, and you're going to have to start running with pants too. You live in Orange County, California. Debatable. You might see Nick running through the backwoods with no pants. So,
Black Star Canyon
look for
is a little bit scarier than you thought, when there is just an X with a naked bottom running up the hills.
That's a good advertisement. God.
You guys are wondering why I put out the commercial that I put out. It's because the original commercial was me just running just in the shirt, no bottoms.
That's where I got X Nasty from, but thank God. Thank God. Someone convinced him to put on pants. God. He will do it too.
Welcome to the X Nasty shirt. That thing is nasty.
Oh, we might have to make an ad. I'm not.
Oh, man. Lord. Whew.
X.
The X Nasty. Anyway, our listeners probably want to know what I'm doing next.
Nick has a very funny sense of humor, if you guys didn't know from this podcast. He does.
My God, man.
So, Nick, you're getting ready. So, what has it been like since your last...
since my last run.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jarett.
Other than standing on
follow me on Strava. I know you don't follow me on social medias and see how much I'm running, because that's who you are.
I don't know what Strava is.
But there are people out there who do comment on when I run. Hey, great mileage, great workout. For those of you who maybe have seen how much I've been running in the past, you may have noticed that I've not been anywhere on any of the Stravas or Garmin's, anything like that, because Jarett, the past 3 weeks, I have done 0 miles.
What?
0 miles whatsoever.
You know what you become when you don't run, Nick.
I do.
It's like
you want to know what's crazy,
like
Jarett? Is it's not even because of an injury.
What's that on your arm?
Well, I have a ligament injury, but that has nothing to do with my running. Jarett, this life that I live of being who aspires to run crazy distances, who does a lot of training, a lot of miles, as they've seen before, having a dream and a goal and an aspiration to start a company, to run a company, to create a company, to make sales all on my own, social media, relationships throughout this whole space, a husband, a father. It takes quite a bit of effort, brain power, time, and energy. We've seen some posts recently of people saying, if you try to do it all, something for sure will suffer, right? I could do it all. Something is going to suffer. With the race that we have coming up in November and my experience of having training blocks, I know my family is about to be, I'm not the only person who goes through a training block when a training block takes place.
Family and friends. You do avoid us, and you treat everybody very badly when you're on a training block. We don't go out to lunch. We don't eat pizza. We don't do anything fun like we used to before this whole running thing.
Yeah. Well,
it's another reason why I hate it. But
it's taken my friend's life.
Right.
Yeah, we all go through it. And this next one is going to be a big one because I have some big goals still. I have some, I don't know if it's goals. I have some accomplishments I want to achieve during this next training block. So it's going to take my 110% complete focus to make them all happen. And I didn't want to just jump straight into it. I wanted to be able to be a husband to my wife. And we have our kids, they're getting older. We want to get them their own rooms. My wife, she supports this journey so much that I made the decision to be a husband first and be a father first. I guess second. We'll be a father second. We'll be a husband first and a father second. Because you have to have your partnership with your spouse. We made our commitment to each other before there were kids. So I think it's important to have that.
And you made your commitment to your friends before you got married. So I think you need to change your...
Well, you guys are going to have to battle it out. So I'll let you guys fight that one out. But I wanted to make sure that I was here and I did my part to say thank you for all the support that she's given me during my training blocks. So we're out here remodeling rooms. We're painting rooms. Again, we're doing all this on our own. What you see behind me here with the update of the background, it all takes time. Getting our kids their room, it's going to take time. Almost done. But there was something that kind of came from this, and not negative, but it was like I miss running. And I think it was nice to be able to miss running again and not miss it because I had an injury. I don't feel stressed out like I'm like missing out on fitness or whatever. I think that race is far enough away that I'm starting to get more and more excited to get ready to go into this training block rather than feeling so burnt out on another training block and try to build something. So that's kind of where I've been at. But with that being said, Juice, we all know why I started running, because there's a little rat inside that wants to claw its way. It's a little rat
that grows into something crazy.
Un rata pequito.
Right now.
But he's clawing his way back in there, like we've talked about. I don't know.
How do you know he's climbing his way back?
Well, should I tell our listeners? You and I have had a conversation about this offline, and I don't know if it's safe to say, if I will scare people.
I think you need to share everything.
I mean, that's what this brand has always been. It's always been raw, authentic, and real. Mm-hmm. I haven't felt stressed. I haven't felt like depressed or anything, because I truly do. I am, even though I'm not training, we're putting in a bunch of work with like our hands, our minds, everything. So I don't feel like I'm just sitting down, not doing anything, right? I do go to bed exhausted still because we're just one thing after another. The kids are about to start summer, but I recognize the signs of the rat coming back, Jarett. And it started out with dreams.
Okay.
I'm having some, you know this, but this is to my listeners out there. I recognize that the rat is coming back slowly because of the type of dreams that I'm having. This last dream that I had, I murdered somebody and put their body in a dumpster. And I thought I got away with the murder. And I was like, yes, we got away with it. Until this pesky little detective found me in my dream. And he walked up to me and said, I know what you did and I'm going to prove it. And all I could do was get mad. I turned to my wife in my dream, in my dream, guys. This didn't happen in real life. And I turned to my wife and I said, damn it, he's on to us. How am I going to get away with this? I'm so pissed that this detective's on to us. And then I woke up and yeah. So like,
what do you think that means? That's a little rat also. That's
yeah. I think it's a little
into a giant rat.
I mean, it's not like I'm acting out on that unless you find yourself in a dumpster soon, Jarett.
You guys have heard that here first. Make sure
I think that I recognize that sometimes it's just, it is finding its way out. I do feel a little of the pressure building up again. So there is a happy
another dream, you think?
What did we look up? What did it say again?
I forgot.
I think it was saying something like,
you've been discovered.
You're not ready, or there's something that you're not willing to accept. There might be something of shame, but I think it might just be something that you're not trying to accept. I don't know if you guys have had some crazy dreams, or if somebody out there is a dream interpreter, please, interpret my dream. Tell me how messed up I am. But I just think it might just be something. I don't know. It's pretty crazy.
Whatever.
But I do recognize that something is brewing and a bubbling down there in the rat space that is my subconscious. So it is important to listen to your body when the signs of stress and depression and things like that are starting to rear its ugly head. Please, be mindful of it. And I recognize it. I acknowledge it. And I know that I'm going to be getting back out there soon. But I just felt like it was important for me to invest in my family and my relationship with my wife the same amount that I do during a training block. So I wanted to make sure I did that before, because you know what we're doing, Jarett? We're going to bulk up in this. We're going to have Nick's first ever training session where he's put on weight and bulked up and muscle, because I don't want my legs to give out like they did the last time. I'm going to really just stick to a lot of weight training, a lot of road running. What's that?
Just your legs?
No, everything. I'm going arms, chest, core. You see me, I'm like, and then it looks like I'm on steroids or something. I will tell you right now, I'm not on steroids. I will never be on steroids. That is not my thing. So it is also going to have to be done naturally, and we'll see how it goes.
Good for running? I thought lots of runners were skinny.
Well, they are though, Jarett, and there are also quite a few. There are quite a few successful long distance and ultra runners who are actually a little bit stronger, because you tap into a lot more support muscles when you're out there for 24, 36, 48 hours, and you really need to have a lot of muscle endurance as well as aerobic endurance, because the body goes through a lot. And I think it's important to realize that not everything is just a lungs, heart, and legs training. It is all a machine that works together. And, you know, we talked about this when we visited Alethea, guys, and the anatomy professors over there who, you know, showed us the glutes connecting to the arm bone connecting to the chest bone connecting to the chin bone. Guys, don't even, none of that is
Turn
real.
that into a song if you have the talent.
Oh man, yeah, but I think all jokes aside, it really does work together, and you have to, if you want to be a successful runner and run injury-free or run effectively, you are training everything. Mm-hmm. You're training your mind, you're training your body, you're training your gut, you're training your feet, your legs, your joints, your muscles. But I really want to come out of this training block kind of bulked up, if possible. Have you been training your gut for the last 3 weeks? Have you been eating differently? Like, have you changed the way that you... You know, I still eat the same. I mean, I've probably eaten a little bit worse, to be honest. Eaten out a little bit more than I wanted to. But I still do burgers and steak and chicken here at the house that I just grill out there. A salad, some vegetables, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, I think it's okay. But I really want to... really want to make sure that I can crush this training block and come out the other end a little bit more bulky. When are you going to start the next training block? Well, it should have started already, but I'm hoping as soon as I'm done with the kids' rooms, then I'll start running again. So definitely probably no later than next week, I'm hoping. Okay. Yeah. And then it's going to be a slow build, strength. And I think I'm going to do a 50K race up here. Speaking of those very Airvapia, Harding Hustle. You heard it here. I think I'm going to sign up for that, but I'm not going to race it. It's a tough course. I just want to get out there and get some miles, share some miles with some people. It's a local one in our backyard. Go run with some elite runners out there, and then have a good time. And then I'm going to be pacing a buddy of mine in Kodiak 100 in October. There's a lot of running to be had in this training block. A lot of running to be had. Why are you running a longer distance, Nick? Why are you doing this? Well, it's still to me a little bit, it's not jumping all the way into a 200-mile multi-day event right after I've only done 100. So I still get to increase the distance and see how my body does at least a 50K further than what I've ever done. And just 50K or 40? I guess 40 miles, 40 miles. So how did you feel when you finished your first ever 100? And then could you imagine saying to yourself, I'm about to do 44 more miles. Well, I learned a lot from that race, right? I learned a lot about stability muscles, tendons, support in there. So I've been working on that, right? And I think I'm using that as a learning experience to do a lot more time on feet, to have more stability and balance training. And I'm hoping that those issues were as a result of under preparing for my ligaments. And I'm hoping that this next block, I take that knowledge and it doesn't hurt as much as it did. Also, that was a tougher terrain I was running through. This is going to be road, so it's a different type of impact, right? But I'm hoping that I can take those lessons from there. And even though it is 40 miles further, I'm hoping that I actually feel better than what I did finishing the 100 that I did previously. I still have a chip on my shoulder. I still want to challenge myself and push at a pace that is competitive for the field. But I want to be stronger. I want to do it. So the other thing is I've been slowly like intrigued by doing self-supported runs, not just signing up for a race, just getting out there and just doing runs on my own, like 100 miles on my own, self-supported, or having my family out there with me. So this is an opportunity to see what it feels like to have my crew leapfrogging me into it. They're essentially my aid station. And Jarett, when you're out there helping Sully, crew me for these aid stations.
The last one that I did, not this one coming up.
No, for this one that you're about to do in November. I think it's just great because I don't even hear what you're saying right now. Let's mute him real quick.
The one that's in
muted, so you can't even hear him out
Japan?
here. You can only hear my microphone right now because the power of editing, you can only hear me. He's trying to say something right now, but he cannot even say it. Jarett, thank you so much, because when you're out there helping Sully crew me on this, it is going to be an opportunity for us to see what it's like to do these longer self-supported distances, because that has intrigued me.
You know why Nick is so evil? I went to the hospital right around the same time. He chose a race at the exact same time almost as the last race. So I'm going to have all the trauma of what happened last
later.
time.
You get a month of rest. I basically, if you hit the same cycle of you being in the hospital again, I factored it in for ICU time. Okay. So go to the hospital again in October. By the time you're done, this race should start.
It didn't work like that. I was in the hospital all the way till probably.
Well, we're going to find out. Okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. We're going to see you out there.
I'm only going to your races if they're out of the country.
Well, Route 66 is going to feel like it's out of this world.
And plus your wife abuses people. She's stressed on these races.
She's not going to be as stressed.
We need to do a family episode. When is she coming on?
You guys are controlling the vehicle. We're going to talk about this. I don't want our listeners to hear how we argue with each other.
I want her to get on here. I want her to get on here. And I want to have a conversation with your wife, because we got into a lot of fights last time. And if I'm going to be out there, we need to have a crew discussion live. Maybe you won't even be on the show. It got rough. It was fights over Pringles. I was told to do things like
I was told to do things that I won't ever forget.
You're gonna stay here and you're gonna watch the kids. I am like, I want to go see Nick. No, you're not gonna be able to.
Shut up.
Yeah, you shut up and get over the corner.
And then you had my kids are traumatizing.
Probably got bit by a squirrel, I think. Maybe that's what happened.
Maybe my daughter bit you.
You're what?
I don't know, man.
I think I got rabies. Your kids kept pretending like they were ghosts. Talk about nightmares.
Well, back to the point, right? I really want to bulk up. I want to have a lot more muscle supporting me, being sturdier. Hopefully this will help with some injury prevention as well.
Are you going to eat different?
Yeah, I'm going to try and intake a lot more protein to bulk up a little bit more. And I would like to get a lot of mileage in. Fast miles, slow miles.
Steakhouses, here we come.
You said what?
Steakhouses, here we come.
Oh, man, all of the good stuff. And I'm going to really try to do good and have good protein coming in. But, I just want to, I just really want to explore what it's like to have a crew follow, because I don't know, maybe I'm going to be doing something big in the future. And this will be a good way to explore that opportunity. And I can share my experience between road 100 miles and trail 100. And, we got to try things out to see if we like them or not. Maybe I'll hate it and, never want to do it again. But I don't know. I just want to run scared and do something that I'm not comfortable with. And I think it's just another opportunity for growth, which is why I know exactly why you're going to come on this crewing mission, is because it makes you uncomfortable, and you know that there's growth in that uncomfortable lifestyle choice. So, good on you, Jarett. I think we've seen a lot of growth in you, and that's very huge of you to admit that you're going to finally just lock that in for us. And I'm grateful to have you there. The kids are going to be happy to have you there. My wife's going to be happy to have you there. So super awesome. Thanks for doing that for us.
In Portugal.
Yeah, that's where for sure. But we're flying out of an airport in Arizona. So just ride with us to the airport. Okay. With that being said, I think, I want to just kind of recap what we talked about today. The shirt.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How did you feel after the last race? I know you probably talked about that, but
I felt pretty good, man. I felt pretty good. I felt accomplished, like I gave it a shot. I know that I probably fell short because it probably wasn't my best training block, which is another reason why I've taken this time off to mentally prepare because, man, I'm not trying to miss on this one. I'm trying to give it my all, 150%, and just you're going to see me in there. You know how you would always laugh at the last 100 that I did, the muscles that were showing up in my legs?
Yeah.
I want you to look at me on camera one day and be like, ugh, when did all that, Nick, when did all the muscle come in? And I'm just
steroid.
Yeah. I want you to question, is he juicing? You see what I did there?
Oh, should I come out with my own steroid?
Your own peptide?
My own illegal. Yeah.
Maybe the
right.
juice, baby.
You want to run faster.
You take the juice, the good stuff, all of that. But
that's my only question. Since I left early last time,
yeah. Well,
would you recommend that people take time off like you're doing right now?
That's a great question, Jarett. I think everybody's different. I think much like if you ask me, what's the best running shoe? What's the best sock? What's the best fuel that I should take? What's the best gel? What's the best electrolyte, right? Obviously, ostrich salt is the best electrolyte. So I can tell you that with beyond a reasonable doubt that ostrich salt is the best one because it's the most simple one. You may not like it. It may be a little strong for you, but you know what? It works. It's simple. It's what you need. Just take it. But
juice flavored one coming soon.
Yeah, I might put in that blend in a capsule form. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But to your question, do I think people should do this? We're all different. I can't tell you what's going to work for your body or your mind. You have to learn to listen to your body and your own mind and understand your limits and take a minute and look around, right? What is a training block costing you? There you go. Thanks for looking around, Jarett. What has your training block cost you? I mean, does it cost you a lot? I think if your relationships are being affected, right? There's a difference to having support of a spouse and a family and neglecting a spouse and a family, right? Not every spouse and family is going to understand what we do, and that's tough, but finding a happy medium. And sometimes your family is still your family first because you got to make that sacrifice. You've made a commitment there, right? So adjust your training accordingly, right? If you have to get those mileage in and they don't support you, well, you better find times to run so they can support you.
Them.
Yeah.
They don't support your dreams.
That's not my advice. But I think you have to just be honest with yourself. Burnout is real. Mm-hmm. I think burning out is more dangerous than taking a break, a purposeful break. I don't want to lose passion for this sport. I don't want to lose passion for this community. And I'm not saying that I was losing it because I still had passion. If anything, I was gaining more passion. My family was gaining more passion for it. But some things have to take priority at some point. You can't push things off for forever. That time is going by so quick. You have to weigh what's important in your life. And in my life, it was being supportive of a spouse, doing work here at the house, and putting in real solid effort into this brand. So those were things that I had to make an executive decision to hold off on the training block a little bit and see how it goes. But I feel like I've ran a lot, that I feel enough confidence in myself to jump right back into it because, I think everybody, it just depends, Jarett. Is the short answer to your question. It depends.
So do you think this could backfire because then they get used to your time and they get used to having you there and then there you go again running?
No, it's like how you do it with me where you show up occasionally to a podcast, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, man, Jarett's been there the whole time, but I don't realize that you've only shown up to 3 podcast episodes, right? But in my mind, seeing you that one time was gives you
But imagine if I started showing up every day and then I went back to this. You'd be like, God, that really sucks. But now you're starting to get used to it.
But I'm not showing up every day for a long period of time. It's just enough to keep them off my back. Don't listen to this, my wife and my kids. I'm here, guys.
I'm here, and then you're going to disappear again. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to show up every day for the next 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be there supporting you, and then I'm going to...
Yeah, 3 weeks is not a long time.
But you're going to start your training block next week, right?
Yeah. So,
But you're going to start disappearing again.
Yeah. but they're also going to be here for summer.
He said,
So I'm going to be running at odd hours again.
he said, yeah.
Yeah.
I won't take it away from him really bad.
Thank you to all of those out there week after
Thank
week
you.
listening and supporting our show, supporting our brand, supporting our
Don't be like
movement
Nick and show up for 3 weeks and then disappear.
Don't. Be consistent with us.
Yeah.
You know, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you sharing your stories, sharing the show to everybody. We would not be anywhere without this community. I hope everybody had a great Global Running Day. Thank you to all those who tagged us in your post, who followed us from that.
What day was that?
Out there? It was tough, but that's the reason for it. Won't happen again, I promise, guys. I'll leave my family forever for you. Thank you guys for your messages of support week after week. Don't forget to rate, review, and comment and share this show. The algorithm likes it. Other potentially new audience members will enjoy it. Yeah, until next week, cue that outro music.
Who you calling Burt Brain? Bitch. Who says you need to fly to reach the top? Keep beating your block till your feet are hot. Get your head out the sand, join the flock. It's okay to run scared, we enjoy it a lot. I'm an odd kid, like an ostrich. I got a pod, kids, here's a topic. Blaze your own trail, don't be cautious. 2 birds, 1 stone's how I rock it. Can't make an omelet without breaking a shell. But they say grew up, now I'm raising hell. Haters gonna hate, yeah, they praying you fail. So put in the work, whether pavement or trail. The grades fell down, but they got to the feet. Run your own race, put this pod on repeat. Shake your tail feather, keep nodding your beaks. Ostrich gang, or you're not my peeps. Who says you need to fly to reach the top?